Right? Ooh,
We got all the parts to technically finish this thing up.
We just set up some 35s on our... What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are here at the new Goon Squad house. As you guys know, this process has been going on for quite some time, a couple of months now. And you know what? We're getting really close to closing this sucker in. So what we want to do is actually take care of a few things that we need to do in order to actually proceed with this build. And then we're going to get back to the new Goon Squad shop and continue with our brand new 2019 Lamborghini Urus, which is going to be super epic. We're super excited to be on that thing, and we're finding some crazy stuff, and already a bunch of parts are on the way and a few other aftermarket things we're actually thinking about here and there. But you know what? We'll update you guys on that here in a little bit. But as of right now, what we really want to take care of is our rain harvest system. As you guys know, we're going to be collecting water out of the sky, and I'm going to be drinking it, or I don't know if I'm going to be drinking it, but I'm going to be showering in it. And I think you're going to want to actually tap into my water here because your well ran dry or something like that.
I have no water whatsoever right now. I mean, I do have a little bit, enough to take a shower and like use the bathroom and stuff like that, but not enough. But you did get your gutters all finished up. They look amazing, and everything just needs to be put together, right?
Exactly, yeah. All the lines are pretty much ran from the gutters. They're connected. All we got to do is throw in like a special filter, which it's supposed to be either in today, it might even be at your house, or tomorrow, and then we got to lead them to the tanks, which we're actually going to go ahead and drop the tanks into that area over there where we poured that concrete. So we got a good bit of work on our hands. That's what we're going to get started with. And also this propane tank right here, we just got to bury it in the ground and the guys will connect it. So I'm going to be running some propane instead of natural gas because they don't have the lines here, which that's pretty, I guess,
that
cool.
not going to be natural gas in there, or is that,
No,
is it considered propane?
It's going to be propane. That's what they said it is. So I actually rented this. You rent these tanks somehow instead of buying them. I think it's a lot cheaper, and then you just pay like every year or something like that. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and just dive right into it. Go down to your house, pick up those big old massive tanks, load them up on the trailer, bring them over here, and set them into place. Been a semi-truck driver for?
Almost 20 years.
20 years? How long you been a YouTuber? Huh? How long? 3 years now?
Maybe.
What do you like better, YouTuber or semi-truck driver?
Semi-truck driver, you know, it's a danger job, danger. Every day.
Oh yeah. Over here it's just every other day dangerous. Alrighty guys, so I think we made a huge mistake here. So we brought in both of the tanks, and I think we just used the wrong measuring tape or something, dude.
I think we used the back of this measuring tape, not the front, dude.
These suckers right here are like 12 foot tall, and I believe we actually told the concrete guys and the dirt guy that we were working with 12-foot tanks. And this wall should have been like perfectly at least close to it. I think it's like 4 foot off or something.
4 or 5 foot off. It's a lot off, dude.
It is, but you know what? I think this will still work because you see the pipes are right there, and as long as they still have some sort of a fall, they'll be all right. So they have plenty of fall here. The only only thing that I'm worried about is, I guess, the walls not being tall enough.
Yeah,
you
so
know?
what we're thinking is probably just getting some block guys out here and building up this wall, the rest of it with block to like right here, because we're gonna want to fill all this, backfill it with dirt. That way those pipes are always underground,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Yeah, we don't want those pipes to be exposed, so we're gonna have to go even higher with this wall, which is pretty crazy, dude.
Pretty crazy, but dude, look how much water you're gonna have, dude. If you ever wanted to, just cut the top off and go swimming in it.
Pretty much, dude. We could turn this whole area into a swimming pool if they ever do decide to run. The city runs water up
Dude,
here.
if they run water up here, we'll pour another wall on that side, take everything away from the inside, and you'll fill this thing up with water.
Dude, this would be a deep
hey,
swimming pool.
This will be a natural pool because it'll be filling up with rainwater, dude.
Oh, and it'll always flow,
Mind
dude.
blown,
There'll be a
yes.
waterfall on the
It'll
backside
always
there.
flow, and you just clean it out. It'll be, and you can throw fish in here if you really wanted
Fish,
to.
frogs, and everything.
Dude, mosquitoes.
I'm telling you, this is a breeding place for mosquitoes.
telling you.
But this is pretty cool right here. We got the tanks in here. We're still waiting on our filtration system that's going to go into the ground, but we did unpack everything else, which is up there. Let's go take a look at it.
Let's go take a look at it.
All right, guys, so check out the filtration system and also the pump system here. So I guess this is the pump. It's like automatic. So as soon as it senses a little bit of a faucet opening, it'll pump more pressure, just like you have at your house. I don't know how good this one is, but I think it's going to be pretty dang good. This is an amazing company, Rain Harvest or Rain Flow, something like that. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what kind of pressure we're working with. If we have low pressure, what I think I'm going to do is probably put one at the bottom over there by the tanks, and also maybe one in the crawl space, just to make sure we have plenty of pressure, because you said you had a few little issues like that here and there.
I mean, in my showers, you can't run 2 shower heads at once.
Yeah.
It kind of drops pressure. This one does say 145 PSI max, so if you put on that should be good.
Exactly. We'll test it out, but here is the filtration system, which is pretty cool because it's a lot smaller than yours. You have like a big old saltwater thing. You have a UV light. This is everything that you need all in one. So you have, I guess, a 20 micron, a 5 micron, all the way down to 1 micron, and then it runs through this UV light right here. And I think you can drink out the side of right here, dude, straight out the back.
Dude, probably could
I
right
think.
there, but this is a lot simpler than collecting water from the ground like well water, because my filters are massive. These are tiny.
Yeah, but when
dude.
you're working with well water, you're working with sediments and stuff out of the earth as well. With rainwater, all you got to really filter is actually like the environment. You know,
Yeah,
like
leaves and
little
stuff.
rocks from the shingles and whatnot, which this is what that's for right here. Kind of just, I guess, protecting from any type of little like leaves or like sticks or anything to get in there. But I don't think we're going to use this because we have gutter guards on the top there, and on top of that we ordered a much better filter that's going to go into the ground, and you can open it up and you can clean leaves out and stuff like that.
Yeah, that just goes at the bottom of the gutters, right?
Yep,
That's
exactly.
it.
And I don't really like how it looks, to be honest
They're
with
too
you.
big.
It's gonna look a little funky, so I definitely like what we got going on. And there's like some other stuff right here. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know like exactly
Chain and ball right there.
how we're gonna set everything up, but I'm pretty sure this is gonna be like when the rainwater fills up one tank, it's gonna start filling up the other one, and then once the one gets full, it'll kind of like pour out the back if they're both full or something like that.
Yeah, should be pretty simple to
But
set
I
up.
think that's pretty much it. We're gonna wait on our other filtration system to come in before we could actually connect all this stuff right here. But in the meantime, I think we're gonna find a spot to bury this propane tank and put it in the ground.
Козочки знову були до того, 3 штуки. От тут стояли. Їм треба поставити сіна тут. Хай таку зробити шед такий маленький.
І вони там сплять.
Ні.
Alrighty guys, so it is actually the next day here, and last night we ended up putting that propane tank into the ground. We found like the perfect spot where it's kind of into the woods, and that way you don't really see it. It's not like a sore thumb just sticking out at you, you know what I mean, when you're chilling on the back porch or something like that. So we put it in the ground. We're not gonna bury it because we're gonna get the guys to come out here to connect that. But in the meantime, while we wait on that, we went ahead and actually installed this filter that came in. Look at this sucker. So we plumbed all the pipes straight to it. We have plenty of fall. This is the perfect place for it. And this sucker is gonna be completely underground. And this right here is I don't know how many microns, but microns is, I guess, how many particles it can take care of or it can take out. And I think a piece of human hair actually can't go through this filter right here, dude.
Which is just awesome right here. So
awesome.
You don't have to worry about nothing like flowing into your water tanks right there. Everything is gonna be nice and clean, and you're gonna have a little clean out. So go ahead and pop the top, show them what it looks like.
Yeah, so we got it nice and level. You have to have this level right here because it is like a vortex type of thing. That's what you call it, a vortex. Fine filter WFF 150, and it has to like create a perfect vortex in order to work properly. Got it leveled out, put the gravel at the bottom, that way it doesn't settle, and there it is. That's the filter right there. So this is why we won't have to install those leaf eaters at the bottom of the gutters. This right here is a leaf eater pretty much, dude, and hair eater,
dude,
and everything
even
else.
better than anything eater. And the water's just gonna come out, swirl around, and your water's gonna go through the net, and the dirty water is gonna go out that way and just shoot out the dirt.
Dude, this is pretty crazy. I really don't understand how it works. If you hop around on this side, look at this. So it's gonna like swirl around, and the clean water is gonna go out this way, and then the dirty water is gonna go out this way. So you're crazy.
You're losing a percentage of water, but only like probably like out of 100%, probably like 10% of water.
It's worth it because the cleaner you can have the water in those tanks, the better the whole entire process is gonna be. You're not gonna have to worry about the other filters getting clogged up,
or
and none
even
of that.
cleaning out those huge tanks.
Yeah.
That will be a hassle, dude.
Exactly. This is gonna be your main clean out right here. You just pop it off, get in there, clean that net out, and then that's pretty much it. The next thing that we got to really do is just run the pipe from here all the way to those tanks. It's going to actually fall perfectly into the top of those tanks, which we were kind of worried about that. Like if this was too low, it wouldn't really flow at the rate that we would want it to flow at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but everything turned out pretty nice. It looks good. It looks like it's in the perfect spot, and
dude,
I mean, I'm happy with it.
I'm
dude.
super happy. Of course, we're gonna have the runoff running somewhere like into the woods over there. And as for the dirt that we're gonna cover over here, we just threw in like a French drain pipe over there. We're gonna throw gravel over it. That way water just doesn't collect over there. And then I think after we throw the gravel in there, then we could fill all this with dirt. And I think we're gonna fill all this with gravel right here because we don't want this pipe settling or anything. So we gotta be real careful with that. But anyways, this was the most important thing to take care of right here. We pretty much got the rest of our rainwater system figured out. We gotta like create an equalizer valve, that way like they both fill up at the same time and all that stuff.
Yeah, once we get like that little area raised up, the wall raised up, we'll come back out here and just finish this off 100%.
Yep.
You know, set up the filters, and I think you'll have water,
dude.
dude.
I can't wait to have water through this house. It's like been a main concern of ours, but you know what? It's coming really close to having that set up completely. But anyways, that's pretty much it for the house. I hope you guys understand. We got to kind of work out here for a little bit before we get onto that Urus. The Urus is super exciting, but you know what? This is pretty epic as well.
Yes,
so
sir.
Right now, I think it's time to head back to the shop and show you guys what's going on with that Urus.
Alrighty guys, so we made it back to the garage and we are finally back on our brand new build, the Lamborghini Urus. And as you can tell, we just got straight into it, and the first thing we did was pop these doors off that just took the most damage. They got completely destroyed, but surprisingly, the inside of the doors are in pretty decent shape. I mean, we were able to save our door panels, which is awesome.
That's
dude.
crazy. These doors are basically like a cushion. Look how bad they look from this side. Then you look from this side, it's like nothing even happened,
that's
dude.
exactly how car companies build the doors. because they are built for safety. You know, you don't want that door to go completely through. So it did its job right there, and that is just awesome. But the main reason why we took the doors off was to inspect this thing a little bit more, to see what we're going up against, because we're about to start ripping this thing apart. We're about to start cutting. We got to see what we're gonna do. You know what I mean?
And we want to check out like these door jamb areas right here, because we want to make sure that we're not missing any parts, because we are already in the process of ordering, or we basically ordered everything.
Right now, we're basically ordering finishing touches. So that's a really good thing for us, especially with the previous build that we did. It was kind of, you know, we're trying to, you know, don't even look over there at this point. We got this and we got parts and we're excited. But anyways, dude, those doors popped off like a Jeep door, dude. It was just like a Huracan, dude. They unplug super easily. We can honestly just pop these off in the summertime and just cruise around.
That's exactly
all 4 doors.
Dude, that would be insane.
We gotta try that out.
I'm telling you, but let's start with the front damage up front here. And dude, it doesn't even look that bad.
Yeah, it's just a little bit crumpled right there, of course, because it got pushed right here. And for the middle pillar over here, it's not that bad too. This is like the surface skin right here. It just barely got destroyed. Super simple. It doesn't look like you're gonna be replacing inner structural pieces, which is not that big of a deal, but that's just awesome. But the quarter panel is what took the hitting right here and kept on ticking, dude.
Goodness, what hit that thing? Somebody karate chopped it or
crazy.
Something, dude.
I mean, that's the main thing about aluminum panels. They don't just bend and crumple, they rip apart. So as you can tell, the doors are ripped apart. This is ripped apart.
And it looks a lot worse than it actually is.
Yeah,
dude.
100%. And also look at the tape line that we are noticing, dude. That is, dude, somebody painted the trim. Like, this is crazy. This was probably like a backyard paint job. This is probably when we first started type of paint. No, we're better than that.
We have never done anything of this quality, especially on a car like this. Look at the mismatch. The mismatch. How do you paint trim like that? It doesn't take a genius or a professional to do that.
This is the original color right here. Look, the paint was never sanded. They just painted on top of it. This paint is darker than the original paint.
Oh
dude.
my goodness,
that's just
dude.
insane. And also we had the light right there, so you kind of can see. I don't know if the camera can pick it up. There's some body work right here, which this is supposed to be nice curved. It's actually like hexagon shape, dude.
I guarantee you, dude, there's a bullet hole right here, man.
100%, dude. I can't wait to actually pop the quarter panel off and see what's going on behind it, see how much bullet holes there actually is.
Oh my goodness. And look at the wrinkle right here. The paint like reacted so weird. Like,
that's
oh my goodness,
not prepping it correctly. So this car was being driven looking just like that, which is kind of embarrassing in a Urus, you know what I mean?
That is, man. Who knows who owned this sucker, but you know what? We're not worried about that. We're worried about the parts that we got for this thing, dude.
And we got every part that we need for this thing today.
Goodness, dude, we got ourselves an assembly line.
That's what I was gonna say. Look at these two Lamborghinis. It looks like this one's getting put together and it's gonna move on to the next step, dude.
This is insane. We literally got half of a Urus right here, and this is what we gotta have in order to fix that one over there.
I mean,
dude.
we basically bought another Urus, dude. This is crazy, dude.
That's the truth right here, dude. This is about 45% on one.
Dude, you got that right. But dude, this is crazy. This is actually what we could find right here. We couldn't find just like a brand new quarter panel. We couldn't even find like the dealer selling anything, even anything soon enough for us to get it. So what we found was the perfect part, dude.
This is perfect, and this is the only one that we could actually find, which was just basically, it was actually a whole entire Urus. They kind of just sliced it and diced it however we needed. And not only do we want the skin, we also want a lot of the inner structure pieces as well, because we got that damage over there that we might need. You know
100%.
what I mean?
And the good thing about buying used parts is you get a bunch of extra stuff. Like you get trim pieces, you get the glass right here, you get like this piece right here, you got a Lamborghini like door sills, which is just awesome, new door hinges, everything brand new, which that is just super awesome to get whenever you're like doing a swap that's damaged, especially like all these little tiny clips and stuff, dude.
Exactly. And not only did we get all that little stuff, we also got the roof included right here for an extra $4,000. And I know we could have probably fixed that one over there, but we kind of just wanted to have this just in case, because the roof is going to be one of those pieces that's going to take you forever to get if you do need it. You know
100%.
I mean?
So we just went ahead and just bought the roof with this shell. Might as well, because he was sending us everything anyway, so it was going to be cheaper to just buy it together. And if we end up fixing that roof, we'll end up fixing it. Not a big deal, because it'll save us a whole headache. But if we have to swap it, we got one ready to go, dude.
This is crazy, and I'm kind of just looking at everything on the inside and the outside, and I'm kind of wondering how this quarter panel actually attaches. And right here, I don't see any like rivets. It looks like it could just be on panel bond right there,
Yeah, it's probably panel bonded, and this is just seam sealer that they put on there nicely, which we're just gonna have to replicate all this. Just like with the roof, there's like no seam right here. That's probably seam sealer right there, just connecting the both together. So there's gonna be a lot of little technical stuff that we're gonna have to replicate, make sure everything is looks just OEM, if not better, dude.
Yeah, we want it to be exactly like Lamborghini put the quarter panel on, so we're definitely gonna have to buy like these rivets right here. I think these are self-piercing rivets that goes from aluminum to steel or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. We're gonna have to buy probably a special gun to install those rivets and stuff like that. And also, I was looking on this quarter panel, in some areas the quarter panel is actually flapped over, so they just flapped it over and it's just panel bonded like that, which that's pretty simple right there. You just heat that up, unbend it a little bit, and then you'll flap it back and we'll throw a whole entire side on.
Did you just see how I walked through a Lamborghini Urus, dude?
Dude, that is crazy,
military
dude.
walking through that thing, dude. Army crawling, whatever you call it, dude.
Dude, this is crazy.
That's awesome, man. I can't even believe we have this in our shop right now, but it's gonna be pretty interesting just to take off that one and then put on this brand new one. But you know what? It's another day, dude.
That's another day. That's another build right there, dude.
It's gonna be an epic one. And not only did we get this, we also got the doors,
yes,
right?
we got the doors. They actually came from this car where they just shipped them separately. So we got the doors, and you even bought a fender for the front of this thing.
Yes.
So we got all the parts to technically finish this thing up. Dang, son, that's what I'm talking about right there. Look at our parts right here, guys. We finally threw on our brand new doors, or their used doors, off of this car right here, and this fender. And of course, we actually ordered these parts when we actually bought the car. Just a couple days after, we scoured the internet and we found everything. Well, it was actually like the last of these parts. They're kind of very hard to find, like doors completed like this, and of course, like the quarter panel, like we mentioned, and even a fender, which it came in this Trek box right here. I kind of wish we would have got the bicycle, because it's probably more valuable than When I seen that box come in, I was like, I wanted a bike for Christmas, but it was a fender, dude.
Dude, it was a fender, and a beautiful fender at that. Look at this. It is perfect condition. It has this little piece right here that we need. Of course, it's a different color, but that's like not even a priority right now. We're more focused on actually having stuff that's not damaged. And this sucker right here was actually a surprising $3,000. And I know that sounds crazy for an aluminum fender that literally weighs not even like 5 pounds, but you know what? That's actually a really good deal for a fender for a Lamborghini Urus,
Yeah,
dude.
compared to what we found, and on top of that, it came with this free little piece right here, which that's a plus because you don't have to look for that.
Exactly. Yep, that's right. And as for these doors right here, it came as a package, and I guess we'll just tell you guys what we paid for a whole other Lamborghini Urus, which was actually $20,000, dude. That's absolutely insane. But you know what? That's what you got to do in order to actually get these builds done in time and not have to worry about like ordering every little individual part, because we would order like all sorts of little stuff that we don't even know the names of if we just ordered it one by one.
Yeah,
you know what
or
I mean?
from the dealer and stuff like that, which is this is awesome right here. All we got left is basically some door handles that we got to order,
Yep.
and a glass. That front door didn't come with the glass,
Dude.
but that's simple. That's stuff that you don't really need right now.
That's
dude.
easy stuff. But look at the door gaps on this right here. This is what I love to see. It's a perfect gap right there, and almost a perfect gap right there. We didn't even fully adjust it, but dude, that's going to be absolutely insane once we actually just tear this whole entire side down and start swapping some parts. Dude, this is just amazing. We literally have a Lamborghini assembly line in here. What is this doing in here,
Dude,
man?
this is just crazy to think about. It's
Insane,
crazy
dude.
to see, like, if you walk back here and you just see both of these Lambos like this. This is just insane.
So that's gonna be pretty much it for today's video, guys, but we got one more thing. Look at what we just got done fooling around with right here, dude. Oh my goodness, we just set up some 35s on our parts car, and that looks absolutely insane, dude.
Dude, you may have
my
made
goodness.
Lamborghini start thinking on a
Dude.
4x4 vehicle, dude.
I'm telling you, I guarantee you they're gonna make one after we show them this right here. But dude, that would be insane. Imagine if we actually threw on maybe some 33s. I feel like 35s might be a little bit too crazy, but man.
Dude, somebody needs
would
to
be
make
wild.
a lift kit for Urus 100%, dude, because
Dude.
that would look insane.
Dude, if they don't make it, we will, dude.
100%.
I'm telling you, dude, but that's just us fooling around right there, seeing what that would look like, and I gotta say, man, this sucker would be absolutely insane looking down like some mud road or mud bogging or some trails, you know what I mean?
Dude, just climbing up
Wow.
mountains, dude.
I'm telling you. But anyways, guys, drop all your comments and thoughts down below. We love you guys so much. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.